If you consider yourself as someone who is in a waiting season, you're waiting for a job, you're waiting for a spouse, you're waiting to start a relationship, you're waiting to get admission into school, you're waiting to immigrate and go to a country of your choice, you're waiting to have babies, you're waiting for healing. There's something really that you're waiting for and you find yourself in a waiting season, then this video is for you. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Gloria. Thank you so much for stopping by. Here on my channel, I make videos about my faith, motherhood, parenting, marriage, relationship, and sometimes my lifestyle. So if this is the kind of content you typically would like to see, please do well to subscribe to the channel to become a part of this growing community. So without so much ado, in today's video, I'd like to talk about the issue of waiting. This is something that a lot of people can relate with, a lot of people struggle with. Even me, who is doing this video right now, have my season of waiting as well. So waiting for something that is really dear to the heart. You're expecting, you're in your season of waiting and all of that. Now, first of all, it is not a sin to desire something. It is not a sin to desire, for example, to be in a relationship. It's not a sin to want to get married. It's not a sin to desire love. It's not a sin at all. Even the Bible says in Genesis that it is not good for man to be alone. And so it is part of God's design for mankind, for people to fall in love, to be in relationship. So if you are a young girl out there, or you are quite advanced in age and you're still searching for love, you're in a season of waiting, praying and asking God, when exactly am I going to meet the man of my dreams? Or when am I going to meet the woman of my dreams? Or when am I going to get asked that big question, will you marry me? Or when am I going to hold my baby in my hands? When am I going to eventually have that dream job and begin to live the life of my dreams? You're asking God those questions because you find yourself in a season of waiting. Now, this does not matter how long, just like grief, you can't really tell people how to wait. Some people have, threshold for time. They are able to wait as long as they can wait. Some people, fall into different pitfalls while they are waiting. And that it is not a sin to desire what you're desiring. It's not a sin to want to start a new life in a new country. So don't allow the devil to make you feel like your dreams are not valid, your requests, your prayer points, or what you wish for yourself are not valid. Sometimes the devil has a way of playing, games in our minds to tell us, oh, do you really deserve this? Do you think you really deserve love? Do you think anybody can love you? That's not true. So what your desires are valid. Okay. The Bible says in Matthew that we should ask, right? And we would receive. It goes beyond to say that we do not receive because we do not ask. Now you see yourself asking. Now you have asked. And then it seems like you're not getting answers. And then you're questioning, okay, God says we should ask. How come I have asked and I've asked for this long, or I have been asking, but then I am still yet to get my answers? Here you go. God's ways are not our ways. This is the part where a lot of people try to run away from. They don't get to agree deep down their hearts. Many people, try to run away from this fact. When we say that God's ways are not our ways, it makes you feel like, okay, does that mean that what I'm asking for is not valid enough? Or some God's thoughts are not our thoughts, neither are his ways our ways. So God's timing for your life is different, totally different from your timing for your life. Okay. Now, God is so perfect that he knows what is best for us. He knows what is best for you. And you could have given yourself a timeline. You could have said, okay, at age this, I would like to get married. At age this, I would like to have my first job. At age this, I would like to have my kids. And at age this, I would like to retire. Okay, so you probably would have planned out your life, forgetting that God is the master planner. It is him who really can plan our lives, because our lives are in his hands. He writes our stories, right? So it's not you who writes your story. It's God who writes your story. Okay, so you need to understand that there's something about God's perfect planning. And you need to understand that while you're waiting, it is valid. It is okay to desire what you desire. However, it is also okay to understand that God's time is the best for you. Now, this is the key point, right? How we wait is as important as what we are waiting for. So we need to understand that there is a how in waiting. There is a how. When we find ourselves in the season of waiting, there is actually a way to go about it. Now, some people allow themselves to fall into depression, worry, gloom, sorrow, and their lives literally begin to dwindle because they have let the devil in. Because they feel that God hasn't come true. Everybody around me is getting admitted into school. I'm not getting admission. Everybody around me, all my peers are in relationships. They are, being engaged here and there. I go on social media and I'm seeing videos of my friends being engaged. I'm seeing them in happy marriages. I'm seeing my mates having their children already and starting their families. But I am just here. Don't forget that God's timing for your life is different from your timing for your life. Now, you probably could have made some mistakes that have countered or altered God's planning, but there's a place for mercy. And now when you understand that probably by your own, human errors, you have gone away from the plans of God, which has affected God's timing and God's destiny for you, there's always a comeback. And don't forget that we serve a merciful God who is able to rewrite your story. So he's constantly writing and rewriting our stories. We also need to understand that delays are not denial. So because you have a delay, it doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. Okay, you have a delay in job. You have probably graduated from school many years ago and all your friends have gotten their dream jobs. Some are even changing jobs and you're yet to really have the job of your dream. That you are being delayed, that your dream job is not coming when you want it to come, does not mean it's not going to ever happen. It's going to eventually happen. All you need is to trust the process. Trust the one who gives jobs. Okay, so your trust in God really matters. It's biblical. We should put our trust in the Lord. Those who put their trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion that can never be shaken, right? Okay, so you need to understand that your trust in God needs to be enhanced. You need to keep enabling your trust in God. Get it to a point where nothing can really shake you, because you know that now you might be experiencing a delay, you might be waiting, but you're eventually going to have your answers. It is eventually going to come. It's not negotiable. It's going to come as far as it is part of God's will for you. It's going to happen. Okay, so whilst you are waiting, you need to begin to prepare. Now, preparation is also a sign that you trust God and you believe that he's going to, grant your heart's desire. So you need to begin to prepare while you're waiting. So you're waiting to be engaged. You're waiting to meet your dream man. How are you preparing yourself to meet that man? Now, in what shape and state would you like that man to meet you in? Okay, do you want the man to meet you as a lady who is empowered? You want your man to meet you as a lady who is read, who is mature in mind. You want a man to meet you as a lady who knows exactly what they are focusing in life, what their purpose is, who is working and pushing through their purpose. Do you want to meet a man when you are emotionally stable? Do you want to meet a man when you are already strong? You know exactly what you're looking for, so that when you see that man, you can't make mistakes. When you see that man or you meet a man and there are red flags everywhere, you really are seeing red flags. Okay, now that is what preparation stage does for you. So it doesn't matter what you're waiting for. Whilst you're waiting, it is another thing to begin to prepare for your answers. You're waiting for a baby. Are you preparing yourself to be a mother? Are you preparing yourself to be a father? Are you preparing yourself to be a parent? Are you already reading literatures about parenting whilst you're even waiting to get pregnant? Are you already preparing yourself, visualizing and imagining the kind of mother you'd like to be, the kind of father you'd like to be, the kind of parent you'd like to be to your child? Are you already envisaging the kind of schools you want to send your kids to? Are you already envisaging the kind of relationship you want to build with your children? That is preparation. That's what preparation entails. So you're trusting God. You're in a waiting season for your job, the dream job you have. Are you already, trusting God for how you'd want to develop yourself while you are on your job? the kind of training you'd want to have, the kind of, professional development you'd like to build yourself around whilst you are on your job. Are you already preparing your mind as to how to be an effective staff or an effective communicator in your place of work or in your field whilst you are waiting for your dream job? Are you already, attending trainings, attending seminars in line with that job that you're trusting God for, just so that you build and expand your capacity? Whilst you are trusting God for your job, are you already praying for the kind of bosses that you would meet, the kind of colleagues that you would meet? Are you already praying for the kind of heights that you want to attain? Waiting is not a time where you just sit down, gloom all day, become anxious, become depressed. No, that's not the time for it. This is what waiting typically looks like. Now, some people might think that when you're waiting, you should be every day you're anxious, you're, twiddling your thumb or you're stomping your feet, waiting at the door for someone to come and knock and say, hello, my name is James, I'd like to marry you. Okay, you're just anticipating that, okay, today is going to be the day. Then you're just being anxious for nothing. Even the Bible says you should be anxious for nothing. All right. And so waiting does not require all of those. Waiting is you trusting God every day, even when nothing seems to be changing. Waiting is you, building yourself and expecting that very soon God is going to answer my prayers. Waiting is you living your life to its fullest, enjoying your purpose, doing what God has really destined and ordained for you whilst you're in the process and in the waiting line for your answers. Now, this is what typically waiting should look like. So while you're waiting for anything, there's anything you're, waiting for and trusting God for, while you're waiting, please live your life. Enjoy your life. Life is too short for you not to enjoy it. Enjoy your life. Do the things that make you happy. Free your mind. All right? Anticipate, expect. It's not a sin to expect. But while you're expecting, do not be anxious. Do not be anxious. Do not be worried. Okay? Just live your life and trust that God is going to come through when He will come through. As He's preparing you, that's the same way He's preparing them. If it's you who is looking for love, the way He's preparing you or ensuring that you prepare yourself emotionally, spiritually, physically, financially, otherwise, okay, that's the same way He's preparing the partner He wants you to meet. So that when you both meet each other, you will recognize the hand of God. You will know that this is the person. So while you're, God is preparing you or ensuring that you prepare yourself for your dream job, He's also preparing your office for you. He's changing bosses because He knows you're going to come. He's changing policies because he knows that you're going to come. So the way He's preparing you, that's the same way He's preparing where you're going into. So you need to have that at the back of your mind and have that mindset that whilst I am waiting, can I live my life? Whilst I am waiting, can I keep getting ready? That readiness is important. They're saying that when opportunity meets preparedness, success is inevitable. Now that's a quote, right? Well, I don't know who made the quote, but that's a quote, the popular quote. So it's just the same thing as preparing yourself whilst you're waiting for your answers. All right. So you don't have a job. You're trusting God for a job. What are you doing? Do you sleep all day? Do you complain all day? Do you worry all day? Or do you keep learning? Do you keep mastering your field? Do you keep reading? Do you keep developing yourself? What are you doing exactly so that when eventually the job comes, you're not going to be empty? So you need to think about this, okay? I understand that just like grief, waiting is different from different people. And that is why I thought it's wise to come to do this video, to encourage somebody and to help you understand and see practically what waiting typically should look like and how you're encouraged to wait. I just want to leave this encouragement out there. I know that a lot of people can relate with this. I am in my waiting season because I'm waiting on something. And I know that even in economics, we're taught, right, that human needs are insatiable. So basically, people have needs. And when you have needs, you pray. And when you pray, you wait. And when you wait, what do? You trust. Okay, so This is just to encourage somebody out there. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, and if you're someone who have navigated your waiting season and you have come out of it victoriously and triumphantly, please leave a comment in the comment section, just so that somebody can get inspired and learn. Give this video a like if you think it's good enough to be liked. The YouTube algorithm has a way of pushing out the video to more people who would find it useful. So liking the video does a lot to the channel. It does a lot to the video, so that not just you that can benefit, a lot of people out there can also benefit. Please leave a nice comment. Please share. If there's anybody who needs to hear this, please share to them. And I hope that God will come through for you and answer you at his own time, and give you the grace to be able to patiently wait, and whilst you're waiting, be able to do the right things and know exactly how you should wait. Thank you for watching. If you watched up to this time, thank you so much. I honestly appreciate your time and I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the very next one. Bye for now.